social media to me is fake. I don't take anything on social media seriously.
Yeah.
I don't. I just promote my stuff. I hardly do, I'll do stuff with my wife on there, do a clip or two of stand up, but I'm not putting my real life on there.
Yeah. Everything on the internet is fake except for the stuff that we need to promote. Those are very real.
Yes, those are real because we'll actually be there.
Yes.
And we need you to come. Vancouver, June 1st. I will be there. NBA is coming back to NBC. That's where the NBA blew up first. That's when you had all the battles, Michael Jordan against Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson versus Detroit Pistons. I remember, and this will never happen today, but I remember when Michael Jordan would play like the Lakers or Celtics, no one was outside. Like everybody was at home watching those games. And that was so amazing. Like literally no kid was outside. Now it's just a different world. You could watch it live on your phone, be anywhere with it. But those were cool moments, man, that I used to miss where you felt everybody was watching. And as soon as the game was over, you would go outside and everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
So they're bringing it back to NBC to try to, I guess, make people like me nostalgic about it and be like, let's check this out again. Bring us back to the game.
Yeah. Also, NBC paid the NBA way more than TNT.
100%.
So it's a money thing, but it does also bring back the nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I think NBC's making that bet like, hey, maybe we can bring back some nostalgia. And then they also are saying they're bringing Michael Jordan back to some capacity. Nobody knows what capacity that is. You're not going to have him in a studio. I don't know what he's going to do, but they're going to bring him back.
Do on-court interviews.
It's like, why do you suck? Why aren't you as good as me?
It's just him telling why they're so bad.
Can you imagine Michael Jordan? Like, it must be hard being a legend, even though you're super rich, because everybody compares everybody to you, and you can't do nothing about it. It's not like you can be, well, let's play, because you're aged out,
Yeah.
It must be a weird thing.
I don't know. I mean, his legacy is cemented, if you ask me.
No, it is cemented, but you're alive, and people are still comparing people to you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, LeBron James would beat Michael Jordan, and you're like, yo, I'm right here. I can hear this. It's like a person coming up to a person after a show going, oh man, you were funny. And you just walk past you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's what it's like. Like, they're disregarding you, even though you were the all-time great.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're comparing you to somebody else who is also great. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like he can look at that and just go.
Yeah, but Michael Jordan doesn't think they're as great as he is. But the big controversy in all this is NBC is using Jim Fagan's voice, the official voice of when the NBA was huge. They brought it back through AI. The family's getting paid for it. And this is what Hollywood's striking against. This is why Hollywood is like, if you open the door to AI, it's going to take over. And I know you do voice work. And they're saying the people that do voice work could be the most affected by this, especially NBC doing it on a broad scale. So to me, this is them testing it to see how mad people get. And then if they don't really get super upset about it, then it's like, yo, let's roll with this.
If you already have stuff on tape that you plan on using, absolutely fine. Totally not a problem. I get it. If you are going to start feeding in, commentary or scripts about modern day players, like if Jim Fagan's voice is talking about Steph Curry, sorry, dude, you got to go out and got to find somebody else.
But what's your thoughts about the NBA promo where he goes, "This is the NBA"?
No, that's fine. If they already have it on, if it's already recorded.
No, it was AI generated.
Oh, no, not a fan. If they use something from like 1987, then I go, absolutely, you're more than, because you already have it. It's already recorded. It's a human's voice.
When you die, you might have to leave somebody your voice.
I don't know. They probably won't care about mine.
No. But what I'm saying is, if you got big,
no, I don't
like
think
in your will, you're like, no, because if your voice gets big, let's say you voiced a Disney movie.
Arby's, we have the meats.
Yeah, Arby's, we have the meats, and you're the best Arby's. We have the meat, or the lady that used to do the what's that one? Show me the beef. Back in the day, is this old lady that did, I think it was Wendy's commercials. She goes, "Show me the beef."
Okay.
And what if they ever wanted to bring her back? They could now with AI. They could redo. But what I'm saying is, nobody probably who they're going to give the money to. Like it's almost like you have to assign your voice. Like almost you got to put your voice in a way.
Yeah, put the rights to it. As a voiceover guy, I don't want to see money being taken away. If I'm dead, that's it. There's no more. You don't. Sorry. That's why they haven't gone on.
You wouldn't want Kinley to get money, like from projects.
Absolutely.
So
I
if they say,
paid.
Kinley, we want to give you $1 million if we can AI your father's Arby's beef commercial, you would be, even though you're gone, you would be upset about that.
My daughter would sell me for a pepperoni pizza. She would not. $1 million. That's way overshooting what my daughter would trade me for.
A pepperoni pizza,
yeah.
That's it?
I had a friend of mine who was the Aflac duck after Gilbert Gottfried. And I was like, why don't they just use old Gilbert Gottfried? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know, but they're paying me an absurd amount of money to just go in and go, Aflac. And that was it. That's all he did.
How was that audition? Just everybody sitting there, Aflac?
Everybody, yeah. And he's a good dude. His name's Dan. He's from Minneapolis. He's a great guy. But it lasted for, I think, like 2 years or something. And then I think they just went, okay, well, this is silly.
I remember I was interviewing a comedian, Sean Patton, and he goes, this was like 2 years ago. He goes, 5 years from now, and this was 2 years ago, there are going to be AI-generated hologram comedy shows with Richard Pryor, with all the greats.
Oh, have you not heard the George Carlin?
No.
Somebody made an AI George Carlin, and all it is George Carlin complaining about AI. And it is, you can't tell the difference. Like when I heard it for the first time, I was like, wow, that's kind of like, wow, I wonder, talk about being ahead of his time. And then somebody was like, this was literally just made like on a computer like 6 weeks ago.
Wow.
So it's out there. It's out there.
That's scary.
Yeah.
What other news story you got?
So I saw this the other day. I thought it'd be interesting just because, now I don't remember, are you and I both White Lotus guys?
Oh yeah, I saw White Lotus.
Okay,
I like it.
so yeah, I'm a big fan of White Lotus.
Love the first 2 seasons. Third season was solid.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, Christopher, explains his dramatic weight loss transformation and the one food that he cut out. Now, everybody saw Arnold's son, Patrick Schwarzenegger, on White Lotus.
Yeah.
Super good looking, always had his shirt off, totally gay.
Oh, I didn't know that was his son.
That's his son, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You said he was gay?
Not gay, no.
What you said? Always good looking, always.
Had his shirt off, abs always. Yeah,
Oh,
not
abs
gay.
always. I
Yeah.
thought you said he showed his abs and was gay. Okay,
No.
I was like, what?
No,
That's a weird
well,
transition.
I mean, there is a scene with his brother that does get a little weird.
Oh my God.
This is the other brother. This is Christopher Schwarzenegger. This is also Maria Shriver's son as well. So when the two split, Patrick lived with his dad, Christopher went and lived with his mom. So when you see the two like in their ages, you can definitely tell which sons lived with dad and which ones lived with mom.
Yeah.
Christopher packed on a ton of weight. There's photos of him. You look and you're like, how is that Arnold Schwarzenegger's son? That doesn't even look like they came from the same bloodline. But anyways, he goes on. He's lost quite a bit of weight now. He says it was a big process. This happened. It started in 2019. He was living in Australia. He was on a big trip. He wanted to go out and to be able to do the things that he wanted to do in Australia. And then much of the weight was keeping him from doing all of those everyday activities. So finally, he decided, you know what? It's 2019. I think it's time I'm going to start. The guy goes in. He doesn't want to take the easy route. So he does it the old school way by eating right and exercising.
Yeah. My whole take on everything is right now, I saw the funniest Instagram video that kind of summed up the world today. Is you get so many different opinions. Lady sat down to eat, and she was about to eat like a piece of bread. They go, do you know, like an Instagram video popped up where it's like, bread is a killer. This. She goes, oh, all right. She picked up a yogurt. That's the wrong brand of yogurt, So it went through all this. Then she picked up vegetables. She goes, all the pesticides. So literally she went through every food group, and she's sitting there starving.
Yeah.
And that's how, like, with Instagram and different people having their opinions when they're not experts, it's crazy how our brains are filled up with stuff. And I even send stuff to my wife. I don't know if the person's certified or anything. It's like, oh, this was this random person said about this.
I'm blown away that people feel as strong as they do about things that they don't know anything about.
Anything about. It's
all the
almost
wrong
like,
information.
Just imagine, like when they said it was okay, just imagine if the right person or a president or somebody like that said, oh, smoking's great. Everybody, there'd be a big fight. Half the country would be like, no, it's not. But companies were pushing that smoking doesn't harm anyone. Mm-hmm. And they knew it did.
The Flintstones promoted it. They'd had Fred Flintstone smoking a cigarette during the Flintstones. That's insane.
I'm telling you, man, it's like, that's why I tell people, you got to look out for your own self. And you can't believe anybody. Not with social media anymore.
Yeah.
To me, And I tell people all the time, I can post a picture right now that looks like I'm in Paris, and people think I'm in Paris.
Yeah.
They'll go, you're in Paris? I'm like, no. Social media to me is fake. I don't take anything on social media seriously.
Yeah.
I don't. I just promote my stuff. I hardly do, I'll do stuff with my wife on there, do a clip or two of stand up, but I'm not putting my real life on there.
Yeah. Everything on the internet is fake except for the stuff that we need to promote. Those are very real.
Yes, those are real because we'll actually be there.
Yes.
And we need you to come. Vancouver, June 1st. I will be there. I need you to come. Actually, there's like 6 tickets left.
Yeah.
I cannot move these last 6 tickets.
They'll get there.
We only got
You got 3 weeks, right?
3 weeks.
Is it 3? Yeah.
One ticket a day?
Yeah.
One ticket every 3 days, we'll get there. Something like that.
Yeah. There'll be a group of tourists that show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't
know.
Yeah.
June 1st, Vancouver. What other shows you got?
Oh, man. My dates, because you got stuff going on, I can't even remember where I'm going to be at. I will be in Utah, Wise Guys, June 14th and 15th. And then, I think that's it. Oh, Tacoma. I'll be in Tacoma.
Oh, with Adam. And then you're flying up.
And then I'm flying up to do Vancouver.
Who are you doing Wise Guys with?
With Adam again. Correct.
Oh, nice. I think I'm shooting a special August 23rd for Dry Bar.
Oh, nice. Good. Right on.
I think we're talking about that.
Good. You'd kill on Dry Bar, dude. It's great.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And by the way, if anybody knows Nate Bargatze, I want to meet him. I want to be on Nate Lynn's podcast.
Yeah.
So, hey, Nate Bargatze. Anybody knows Nate? Put me on Nate Land. That's my pitch. Maybe I shouldn't yell at him. That's a bad pitch.
Screaming at the person whose podcast you're trying to get on. Not a good way to go.
That's a horrible way to
get
get
Beth
on
the
the podcast. But it's a great clip.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff because we're trying to grow this. We are growing this. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.